Hey guys, this is Desert Prepper 1. We're going to do sort of a pre-gardening video because there's not a whole lot growing right now. Kind of go over what I did last year and what I'm going to do this year. What you're looking at here is what I got to deal with. We don't have dirt. We have sand. It is just that. You'd want to say there's no nutrients in this at all, but the weeds seem to grow just fine. It's the stuff that you want to grow, like your tomatoes and whatnot, that don't grow in it, which figures, right? So, what I got here, I've been working out here cleaning some of this crap up because I got to make some beds. I'm going to do, last year what I did, I used some of these barrels, some of these buckets, these large tree planter pots or whatever you want to call them. I grew tomatoes and stuff in these last year, and that worked out pretty good. They did grow. I got quite a bunch of tomatoes actually. The large, like salad tomatoes, those don't do too good out here because it's too damn hot, and they split and crack, and they just don't turn out well. The small cherry tomatoes, I actually had some yellow Romas or some kind of weird little pear-shaped tomatoes. Those work good. I had Roma that grew in this bucket. It was a volunteer, and actually it had been probably, I want to say 6 or 7 years before I put something in, since I last planted in there, and there was a seed left over, and it grew. So, these people saying that seeds don't last more than a year, I don't know about that. I wouldn't be surprised if I get all kinds of crap growing in these things this year, because I had peppers in one and tomatoes in the other. Took this old bathtub here, filled it up with soil. Right now I've got these onions growing. I grew these from seed. There's a few garlic in there, which also were left over from something else. And the carrots, but those pretty much bit the dust. So these actually made it all winter through the snow and everything. Now if you look, you see all this cage on everything. You got to do that. If it's not the rabbits, it's the damn squirrels. And actually I had this thing fenced off, but I didn't have a top on it, and the little pricks got in there anyway and ate everything, so I had to put a lid on it. I guess they get up a little earlier than I do in the morning. I have a few ideas for that though. I'm planning on getting a few more dogs. My one dog is really old. She doesn't really chase anything anymore, so it's time for some pups. And once you get those guys going, that'll keep all those guys out of here. There won't be a rabbit, squirrel, cat, bird, nothing for the whole damn acre, so that's a good thing. I just haven't, I don't have all my stuff together to get ready for the little dogs yet, so we're not doing that yet. Okay, this is one bed that I actually made over the weekend. It's small, as you can see. I don't know, maybe 6 by 3 foot or 4 foot. But I have 4 different things planted in here. I've got carrots, like a row of carrots, a row of radishes, some spinach, and some of that salad bowl lettuce. Leaf lettuce. It's not the head kind; it's the loose leaf kind. Got some of that. If all goes well, the radishes should be poking up by the end of the week, and everything else should be up by middle of next week, I guess. It says about 7 to 10 days for the stuff to sprout, so we'll see. Basically, I just have the good old sand here with, I put a bag of steer manure in there, and then in those pots there that I showed you earlier, a lady had given me a bunch of horse manure with straw mixed together, and basically I composted that up and made some good soil out of it. So I threw that on top. That's what you see, the darker stuff, and hopefully that works. The key to doing this, so you're not dragging a garden hose all over the place, because I have a pretty large area to cover here. I have plans for a larger garden in the back that's going to have corn and probably rows of green beans and stuff. You know, it's a good 200-foot back. So we're going to do drip irrigation again. I did have that set up before. Some of the parts are broken on it. It needs to be all repaired, replaced, and reconfigured around the yard. But we're going to set that back up. That makes it a lot easier. Just dragging this guy all over the yard is a pain in the ass, I can tell you that. And it pretty much takes the fun out of doing any gardening when you got to do that for an hour every day. So we're going to, like I said, I'm going to set that up. Some of these trees are going to come out. These are not, they don't produce anything but a mess. So they're going to go. This one is at least. And I'm going to put a garden bed under that. This area is all going to be garden. This is all going to go like that. Let's see. Move all this crap. We got one peach tree that's kind of come back to life. I kind of neglected this guy for a few years, but fertilized him and watered it up last year. He's doing all right. Maybe we'll get a peach this year. That'd be nice. I do have some apricot trees and plum trees I put in this year, and grapes from last year. They didn't really do much of anything. Then we got blackberries. I put in 7 of those, so those should have something. And let's see, what else do you want to see besides more sand? One thing I did do, this is a raised bed. I figured it would be easier to have the good soil in a box of some sort instead of just laying on the, mixing it in with the gravel and having it all go down to the water table. I planted some stuff in here last year. For some reason it didn't do all that hot. This is an old pickup truck bed, basically. The 50s Ford truck that I had. Nobody's going to give me anything for the bed, so it's now a planter. I got to get a little bit more soil in this one. It's a little low right now. There's an onion. Where is he? Onion plant from last year, actually. Stuff kind of just sprouts and doesn't go anywhere, so it's probably a fertilization problem, even though there's a fair amount of that horse manure mix in here. Something just didn't work right, so we're going to have to revisit that. And then over here, it's more raised bed ideas. This is basically an old water tank that had holes in it. Cut it in half and cut the top off it and filled it with dirt. This one has the bottom in it, so critters can't climb up through. I got this idea from a neighbor that has really bad gopher squirrel problems where he is, and you know, he said that if you don't have a bottom on any of your containers, that those guys crawl up in there and they just eat all your stuff. So this one has a bottom, that one doesn't, but it doesn't have anything in it. It's not even full. I have to get some good soil to fill these guys up with. This thing was full about more than halfway, and the material just broke down, decomposed that was in it. So I'm not sure what I'm going to put in here. Probably those Chinese peas while the weather's cool, and then go with tomatoes or something again. That's what was in here last year. This thing was just freaking tomatoes everywhere. It worked out pretty good. Here's some of my water storage bottles. Put these up against the wall here because I don't really know what was in those barrels. I am going to use this water for other things besides drinking, unless I can get a water filter that will filter out whatever might be in those things. But anyway, that's a start. You know, it's not real interesting, but once things start sprouting, we'll have a little more to look at, and we'll go from there. So thanks for checking me out, and I'll see you later. Bye.